मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। रागादिरोगान् सततानुषक्तान् अशेषकाय प्रसृतान् शेषान् औत्सुक्यमोहारदिदान् जघान यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै. So a very good morning to all of you. As Vaidya Nilesh told, we are back to our Dvidhokarmaniyam chapter after a break of one session. Anyway, we will continue. What we were discussing the other day is it is about that line na brahmayed langhaniyan brahmyamstu mrudu langhayed yuktya deshakaladi balatah tan upacharet. Yuktya deshakaladi balatah tan upa. So there is freedom. There are some general guidelines. I won't say that general rules. They are general guidelines. Na brahmayed langhaniyan brahmyamstu mrudu langhayed. So these are guidelines. But the next line gives complete freedom to the Vaidya to do whatever the situation demands for. Yuktya va deshakaladi balatah yuktya tan upajared. Yuktya. So tishtatyupari yuktijnaha. Vaidya is supposed to be yuktijnaha. So according to that yukti, you can decide whether one particular langhaniya is going to be have a little bit of brahmana, or similarly a brahmya is not going to be given with a langhana but straightforward to brahmana. All these things are dependent upon deshakaladi balataha. So multiple elements which take care of the bala of different factors. It includes the deha bala, the desha satmya, then agni bala, then sattva bala. All these factors are to be taken into consideration and should be acted upon accordingly. Then the next line, brahmhide syad balam pushti talsadhyamaya sankshayah. Brahmhide syal balam pushti talsadhyamaya sankshayah. Brahmhide, brahmhitaha, somebody who has undergone a proper samyag, a proper brahmana. Brahmhide, in such a person, balam pushtihi talsadhyamaya sankshayah api syad. So these are the outcome measures. For every intervention, we should have a prefixed measure of outcomes. Otherwise, there will be no objectivity at all. There will be no objectivity at all in whatever we are doing. This is very important in the sense that many a times we keep on doing something. Sometimes we prescribe medicines, sometimes we admit the patient, sometimes we admit the patient as an inpatient and start doing some treatment. Sometimes, I think somebody is a lot of noise, which is quite disturbing, especially when we are using a earphone. Okay, fine. So when we are admitting a patient and start doing something, there should be some sort of a outcome measure, what we are going to do and what we are going to expect and how far it is measurable. So that sort of it need not be quantitative all the time. need not be quantitative, but there should be some sort of a prefixed outcome measures. So here it is very well established. Brahmhide syad. This is what we call as the samyak lakshana. For every procedure, when you go for snehana, swedana, vamana virejana, vasti, there will be a samyak lakshana. So that samyak lakshana, or sometimes in diseases, you will find vyadhi mukta lakshana. So this vyadhi mukta lakshana, samyak lakshana, all these things are clear indications that there were perfect outcome measures declared. It is not just a very subjective or very empirical way of explaining things. There were perfect outcome measures. So here, balam, pushti, tal sadhyamaya sanshaya. The patient should feel the principle of balam, then pushti, dehasya pushti, tal sadhyamaya sanshaya. Tal sadhyamaya sanshaya. We went for an intervention with an intention. The patient, he was a patient, so there is some sort of a dosha vikalpam, there is some sort of a targeted samprapti, so that should be addressed. That tal sadhya amaya sanshaya. So obviously that sadhyamayam will be karsya and its anubandha vyadhis. Karsya and its anubandha vyadhis. That is why we opted for brahmana. Then we know from very different contexts that vada or vada pitta predominations, they are generally chosen for brahma. From jvara we know shuddha vada kshaya agandu jirna jvarishu lankhanam neshyade teshu hihidam. So there brahmana is indicated. We all know these parts. So tal sadhya amayam has got a very clear cut idea. Then at this point, that idea we should keep what we have learned in the previous session. Brahmanam shamanam tveva vayoho pittanilasya cha. So vayoho pittanilasya cha. That is the doshic configuration what we are looking for while we are explaining tal sadhyamaya sankshayaha. Again, from one of the previous chapters, we may just recollect that prayo vruddhirhi tarpanad sleshmananugasmad. So that also should be kept in mind. When we are going to do a brahmanam, we are trying to increase the status of sleshma in the body. Brahmanaha prayo vruddhirhi tarpanad sleshmananugataha. Even though it is a vikara avastha, the rule is applicable equally in brahmana also. It is sleshmananugata procedure. Fine. So brahmhide syad balam pushti tal sadhyamaya sankshayaha. Now next is about the lankhana samyak sthiti and its advantages. Next 3 lines. Vimalendriyada sargo malanam lakhavam ruji kshutrut sadaya shuddha hridayodgara kandhada vyadhimardavam ulsaha tandra nashascha langhite. Vimalendriyada sargo malana lakhavam ruji kshutrut sahodaya shuddha hridayodgara kandhada vyadhimardavam ulsaha tandranacha langhite. So here it is lankhana chikitsa, apatarpana chikitsa. Its samyak outcome, the outcome measures of lankhana chikitsa is explained. Vimalendriyata, indriyanam vimalata. So it is the padavam, the optimal capacity of performance. That is what is known as the here padavam. So indriya padavam. All the indriyas performing or involving in their duties optimally, properly. So that is Vimalendriyata. Vimalata is something related or originating from Mala. So Vigata Malavastha, where the Malavastha, Malinyam is gone, is lost. Vigatam is lost. So Vigata Malavastha is known as Vimalata. So it indicates the sampannata of functions of indriyas. Sargo malanam visarjanam. Malanam proper visarjanam. Malam, all sorts of mala, especially the Koshtamala, then Mutra and Sweda. These they are taken primarily as mala, but all other malas of all nature are included here. Then Lakhavam, Lankhanam yad lekhutvaya. That is the beginning sloka. Lankhanam yad lekhutvaya dehasya. So deha, sharira should feel that lekhuta, lakhavam. That is very important. Then ruchihi. Ruchihi means interest. Interest here, basically interest in eating food. So that taste, that is what here mentioned as ruchihi. Then Kshutrad sahodayaha, udayaha, sahodayaha, coming up, presenting together, what? Chut and trut, Kshutrad sahodaya, the person feeling chut and trut simultaneously. Simultaneously is not in the sense of looking at on a wall clock or something like that, but physiologically they are coming properly together appropriately. That is Kshutrad sahodaya. Shuddha hridayodgara kandhada. Shuddha stands with the rest of the three sentences, words. Shuddha hridayada, Shuddha udgarada, Shuddha kandhada. So Shuddha hridayodgara kandhada is a representation of absence of ama in Koshta and Kottangas. Shuddha hridayodgara kandhada is a precise representation, somewhat like a perceivable representation of absence of dushtarasa, absence of ama in Koshta and the immediate Koshtangas connected. Shuddha hridayodgara kandhada. For many procedures, in many contexts, this Shuddha hridayodgara kandhada can be seen included as a samyak lakshana. Then vyadhimardavam. Vyadhimardavam. As we saw in the case of Brahmana, talsadhyamaya sankshaya there, here vyadhimardavam. Same thing. The disease, the vyadhi, upon which you were planning to do this Lankhana Chikitsa, that vyadhi should resolve. That vyadhi should show the signs and symptoms resolving completely. Vyadhi mardavam. Ulsaha. Ulsaha. Ulsaha sarvacheshtasu udyogaha. That drive to engage in different activities. The drive to engage in different activities, both physical and mental. So that shows the sort of enthusiasm, energy, the industriousness. All these things can be seen reflected in the word ulsaha. Tandra nashaha. Tandra is a stage which is very close to nidra. It is very close to nidra, but not nidra. Nidrartasyeva. So it is something like sleepiness. Tad dradi idi tandra. Tad dradi. Dradi means weak. So that out of weakness, the person is on the verge of sleep, but he is not sleeping, and it is not the time of sleep. That is more important. When it is the right time of sleep and the person is sleepy, we are not supposed to call the situation as Tandra. In a situation where he's not supposed to sleep, but he is on the verge of sleep, that sleepiness is known as Tandra. So Tandra Nashaha, that stage is gone. So taking a reverse action, those conditions which were demanding a Lankana can present themselves with these sort of signs and symptoms. So then that Vimalendriyada may be lost, Malanam Sargaha may be lost, Lakhavam will not be there, Ruchi will not be there, Kshutrit Sahodayaha will not be there, Hridayodgara Kantha Shuddhi will not be there, then Tandra could be there. All these things can be expected in a condition, in a clinical situation, which demands Langhana. And once the Langhana is properly executed, all these signs and symptoms can be seen reversed. So this is very important in the sense that it can be seen applied directly in many contexts in Chikitsa Sthana. It can be seen applied as such. Say for example, in Jara Chikitsa, Yuktam Lenghidalingaistu Tam Peyabhirugajarel. Yuktam Lenghidalingaistu Tam Peyabhirugajarel. So Lenghidalingaihi tu Yuktam. Lenghidalingaihi Yuktam. So what is the Lenghida Lingam? This is the Lenghida Lingam. So in Jara, when you are going to give Peya, you have to make sure that with the proper Langhana, there it is Upavasa, with the proper Upavasa, he has come to this condition. Obviously, we know that it will not be achieved fully because then he is Jara Mukta. But if the Jara continues, but still there is a few or some of the features listed here, then he can be assigned as the right person or the right situation where we can introduce Peya. So it is very clearly told. What is it? Dvividhopakramatnyanam avekshetajalanghane. Dvividhopakramatnyanam. That is what we are reading right now. The lines which is explained in Dvividhopakrama can be taken as the model for understanding this Langhida Linga Yuktaha. So Dvividhopakramatnyanam avekshetaja langhane. Again, in the Jara Chikitsa itself, when the optimal Langhana is done, Acharya is listing out certain features that also can be compared with whatever we have seen here in this context. Lankhanaihi Shapide doshe Deepte gnau Laghave sati Swasthyam Kshutrudruji Paktir Balamojascha jayate. You can compare these words used in Chikitsa and in the Vidhopakramaniyam. They will almost completely go hand in hand. Langhanaihi Kshapide doshe Deepte gnau Laghave sadi Swasthyam Kshutrudruji Paktir Balamojascha jayate. So they are so close, they are so closely associated. Again, if you go through the chapter called Matrashidiyam, where to conclude the chapter, Acharya has listed out which is the proper Annakala. Which is the proper Annakala. Matrashidiyam, last sloka. If you go through those lines, we can find almost same explanation. See what is given in the Matrashidiyam. Prasrishte vinmukte Hridi suvimale. Hridi suvimale. Here it is that Indriya Nirmalata or Vimalata. Then Doshe Swapathage Vishuddhe Chodgare. So that from the Vishuddha Udgara we may understand Shuddha Hridayodgara Kanthada. Hridayoddhara. Then Shudubhagamane Vadenusaradi Tadhagna Udrikte Vishadakarane. Vishadakarane means Vimalendriyata. Dehe cha Sulakhau, that is Lakhavam. Dehe cha Sulakhau Prayunjidaharam Vidhiniyamidam Kala Sahimataha. So that is the time, the Annakalam, Ahalam. So those lines, Prasrishte Vinmutre Hridi Suvimale Doshe Swapathage Vishuddhe Jodgare Kshudu Bhagamane Vadenusaradi Tadha Agna Udrikte Vishada Karane Dehe cha Sulakhau Prayunjita Aharam Vidhiniyamidam Kala Sahimataha. So we will find almost same things. So Anna Kalam, Ahara Kalam. So associate this with the Peya Kalam explained in Jara. Associate this with the Samyak Lankhana Lakshana. Again, associate this with Jirnahara Lakshanam. Associate this with Jirnahara Lakshanam. Mentioned elsewhere. Udgara Shuddhirulsaho Vegol Sargo Yadhakramam Lekhuda Shutpipasacha Jirnaharasya Lakshanam. Udgara Shuddhirulsaho Vegol Sargo Yadhakramam Lekhuda Shutpipasacha Jirnaharasya Lakshanam. So just see how wide the application of this advices or guidelines given in Dvidhobhakramaniyam is. So application wise, this is not just theory, it is the core ideas with which a person is evaluated in a number of situations. Fine. So this shloka should be taken as a very important thing. These two things, Brahmidesyad Balam Pushti Talsadhyamaya Sankshayah. Next, Vimalendriyada Sargo Malanam Lakhavam Ruji Shutrit Sahodaya Shuddhahridayodgara Kanthada Vyadhimardavam Ulsaha Tandranashascha Lankhite. So these are the Samyak Yoga, Samyak Lakshanas. But if you go for Asamyak Kriya, Samyak Kriya can be Adi Yoga, Hina Yoga, Mithya Yoga. Generally, during the treatment, most often what happens is Adi Yoga. Lankhana Adi Yoga many a times, Brahmana Adi Yoga. Sometimes Hina Yoga, Brahmana Hina Yoga, Lankhana Hina Yoga. Then Mithya Yoga, improperly administered one. Doing Lankhana where actually Brahmana was to be done and vice versa. So next is a warning about doing this Brahmana Lankhana inappropriately, especially for their Adi Yogas. So next line. Anapekshita matradi sevide kurudastute adistulya adhikarshyadin vakshande tejasaushadhaha. Anapekshita matradi sevide kurudastute adistulya adhikarshyadin vakshande tejasaushadhaha. Anapekshita matradi, matra, matra adi, matra etc. Hemadri lists them out. Matra, desha, kala etc. Matra, desham, kalam, balam, satmyam, sattvam, all these things can be considered here. When these things, these two treatments, Brahmana and Lankhana, are sevitam, done, how? Anapekshita matradi, anapekshitam, apekshitam with respect to, considering, anapekshitam not considering, irrespective of these factors, when they are administered, they are going to cause adisthaulya adhikarsyadin, adisthaulyaadin adhikarsyadin. Actually, this is that usage should be taken care of. I do not know how many of you will be interested in it. Adhisthaulyam, adhikarsyam. So generally, we presume that when adi brahmanam and adi lankhanam are done, only two possibilities, adhisthaulyam and adhikarsyam, respectively. So it is a two-fold affair, adhisthaulyam, adhikarsyam. So generally, it should be used in dvivajanam. But here it is not so. It is not dvivajanam, it is bahuvajanam. Adhisthaulia, adhikarsya, adin, adi. So that adi is important, and that should be split, and that should be used with both the terms adhisthaulyadin and adhikarshyadin. So in the lines, in the slogas to come, he will be listing out what is this adhisthaulyadi and what is this adhikarsyadi. That is what is told next. Vakshyandeete cha saushadhaah. Those conditions called adhisthaulyadi and adhikarsyadi are going to be explained or narrated with their respective aushadhas, interventions or medications. That is what is here in this line. Anapekshita matradi sevite kuritastute adhisthaulia adhikarshyadin vakshande teja saushadha. Next line. Rupam taireva chatneyam adi brahmhita lenghite. Rupam taireva chatneyam adi brahmhita lenghite. Adi brahmhita lenghite. When you are going or when you are doing brahmana and lankhana in adimatra, when you are going to do brahmana and lankhana in adimatra, whatever we are going to explain as adhisthaulia adhikarsyadin, they should be taken as the indicators of adi brahmana and adi lankhana. Whatever we are going to explain in the coming verses as adi staulyadi, adi karsyadi, they are to be taken as the measures, the indications that adi brahmana has happened and adi langhana has happened respectively. Rupam taireva chatneyam adi brahmhita langhite. Then he is explaining the first what he has offered. That means adhisthaulyadi lakshanas. Adhisthaulyadi lakshanas. Adhisthaulia apajimeha jwarodara bhagandaran kasa sanyasa krichrama kushtadin adidarunan. Adhisthaulia apajimeha jwarodara bhagandaran kasa sanyasa krichrama kushtadin adidarunan. So adhisthaulia, apaji, meha, jwara, udara, bhagandaran, kasa, sanyasa, krichrama, kushtadin. Krichrama is sometimes krichram, amam is split and sometimes like that. Sometimes krichrama, ama, which is very difficult to manage. Krichrama, kushtadin, adi. Here it is adi. The list is incomplete, etc., etc., etc. So we are out of anxiety, out of enthusiasm, we go to Ashtanga Sangraham and see what are this adi, because this is very crucial in our present context. I just noticed the word apache. Apache. We had a patient from Malaysia 2-3 months back, and he came to us with apache, which is not apache or can be called as apache, but was presenting even like Slipadam, which are very close relatives, cousins. So that condition was with enormous amount of this staulia, and one of his legs was swollen like anything, and he was admitted in our college hospital, and we were treating him. In the other day only, I think just before the lockdown started, national lockdown, he was discharged with somewhat 80% of condition reversed. and he was sent back to Malaysia the other day only, maybe day before yesterday. He sent me the latest photograph of his leg, and he was dancing with joy that he can wear a normal shoe now, and he is using his regular jeans, where the right and left legs are of the same size. So adistaulyam can cause all these things. They are not; these are not stories. They are exactly what is happening in individuals who is undergoing this Adibrahmana. So out of curiosity, we go back to Ashtanga Sangraham and see what is this Adi. What is this Adi? So in Sangraha, we will not find anything direct answer. What is that? Tatra shodhanamuddisya sthaulyadyah pragudahradaah. He gives another reference. I have explained this Adisthaulyadi Lakshanas in another chapter, in another context called Roganulpadanyam, where I have listed this Adisthaulyadi Rogas when you are not going through the proper Ridushodhana. See, same set of symptoms. One is given in Roganulpadaniyam as a warning that a list of conditions can happen which starts with Adisthaulya if you are not going through proper Ridushodhanam, not Adibrahmanam, not Adibrahmanam. Please remember that context is denying or avoiding Ridushodhanam, and the list of diseases which start with Adisthaulya, so called Adisthaulya is listed. Here Adibrahmanam is done, Anapekshita Matradi, and Adisthaulya happened, and a list of signs and symptoms called Adisthaulyaadigan is given, and they are one and the same. Here Adibrahmanam was the cause, there avoiding Ridushodhanam was the cause. Please work in your own buddhi. What could be the comparison between denying or avoiding Ridushodhanam and doing Adibrahmanam, ending up in the same clinical scenario? And I will read out, I think we have read out it many times, multiple times, but still out of sheer importance of the idea, I will read out what they have listed as that Adisthaulyaadigan in Roga Anulpadaniyam. Please listen. I know that you may not be having Ashtanga Sangraham, but close your eyes and listen to each and every word which is explained. Adisthaulya Agni Sadana मेह कुष्ठ हृदौजसान् स्रोदोरोध अक्षविभ्रंश श्वास स्वयधु पाण्डुताः. I'm continuing, but while listening to what I am reciting, those who are practicing, those who are already in active practice, may just connect the day-to-day signs and symptoms what you see in your clinical practice, and whether those are coming listed in this passage. So I will repeat. Adisthaulya Agni Sadana Meha Kushta Hrudaujasan Srodorodaksha Vibhramsha Swasa Swayadhu Pandutaha Trupti Pramilagalasya Grahani Arsho Bhagandaran Pliha Vidradhi Visarpa Mada Sanyasa Pinasan Amaurustambha Jadhara Krichra Alasaga Dandagan Chardi Ganda Krimi Grandhi Tandra Duswapna Darshanam Kandhamayan Murdharujam Pranasham Buddhi Nidrayoho Tejo Varna Balanam Cha Tejo Varna Balanam Cha. So Buddhi Nidrayoho Tejo Varna Balanam Cha Pranasham. Buddhi Nidrayoho Tejo Varna Balanam Cha Pranasham. So Buddhi Pranasham, Nidranasham, Tejonasham, Varnanasham, Balanasham. Why can't we associate this Buddhi Nasham with what we are seeing today and celebrated by the name called Alzheimer's? Buddhi Pranasham, Nidranasham. Those who are living in the city, those who are practicing in the city will be getting at least one case every day complaining of Nidranasham. Tejonasham, Ojo Nasham, Varnanasham, Balanasham. Then Kandhamayam, those who are treating with, dealing with pediatric cases these days, especially in the cities, will be getting at least one case of adenoid hypertrophy or tonsillar hypertrophy or blah 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 these days, no doubt. Murdharuja, Shiroruk, Duswapna Darshanam, Tantra we have already explained. Krimi, Grandhi, Ganda, Ardi, Ama, Urustambha, Jadhara, Kruchra, Alasaga, Dandagan, Pliha, Vidradhi, Visarpa, Mada, Sannyasa, Pinasan. How many cases of Pinasa you will be dealing every day? Then Trupti, Pramilaga, Alasya, Grahani, Arsho, Bhagandaran, Srodhorodham. Srodhorodham is an umbrella term or a blanket. It covers many things. Akshavibhramsham, Indriya Bhramsham. Swasam, Swayadhu, Panduda. That Panduda has 1,000 meanings. Panduda has 1,000 meanings. Adisthaulyam, Agnisadam, Meham, Prameham, Kushtam, Hrudaujas. Hrudaujas is a type of Nivadam. So the list of diseases or signs or symptoms under the caption that these can happen in those persons who are not undergoing Ridushodhana. The interesting thing is, in that context, the reason is also explained. Why this is happening? It is like this. Yasmadasya vahandi na. Yasmadasya vahandi na. Na vahandi. Asya na vahandi. What we are going to explain. Doshobalipta vadanaha rasam rasavaha siraha. Doshobalipta vadanaha rasam rasavaha siraha. All these things are happening because Doshobalipta vadanaha rasavaha siraha. There it is. Doshobalipta vadanaha rasavaha siraha. All the rasavaha siras are having upaleba in their mukha vadana by dosha. Doshobalipta vadanaha rasavaha siraha. Yasmad rasam na vahandi. Yasmad rasam na vahandi. They do not carry the rasa. They do not carry the rasa. So all these things start manifesting, including Adisthaulya. In Dvividhavakramaniyam context, coming back to our present context, the same thing is happening in Adibramhita, but the reason is there it was Doshobalipta vadana rasavahasira. Here it is Ama Meda Upalipta vadana rasavahasiraha. Ama Meda Upalipta vadana rasavahasiraha. Outcome is same. Mechanism is slightly different. So clinically, these presentations are of high significance. This is going to change the way in which you are going to see a patient. The way in which you are approaching a case is going to change today onwards. So that is the importance. Every case we will be, whether it is a Sandharpanothavyadi or Abhadarpanothavyadi, is how it is going to influence. Fine. So Doshopalipta Vadana we have seen. Now I would like to focus a few more lines from Ashtanga Sangraham, because without understanding the Sthaulya Samprapti and everything as explained in Ashtanga Sangraham, we will not get the real crux of the story. So don't bother about the text displayed. Displayed in Ashtanga Sangraham. Immediately after what we have explained, Vagbhada gives you the Sthaulya Samprapti. Sthaulya Samprapti, which is very interesting. You can just listen to it. Gurvadi Vruddha Samlina Shleshma Mishronnajo Rasa Ama Eva Sladhi Kurvan Dhadun Sthaulya Mupanayed. Gurvadi Vruddha Samlina Shleshma Mishronnajo Rasa Ama Eva Sladhi Kurvan Dhadun Sthaulya Mupanayed. This depicts the status of a sthula very clearly. So the reason was Adibrahmana. Adibrahmana is generally Prithvi Jala Bhuishta. Prithvi Jala Bhuishta. So Shleshmana Anugataha. It is Shleshmana Anugataha. So obviously the mechanism which is happening in his Agnisthana, Grahani, Amashaya, etc. will be the generation of Shleshma Bhuishta Rasa. Prithvi Jala means Madhura Rasa Pradhana. Madhura Rasa Pradhana. Madhura Rasa Pradhana Shleshma Bhuishta Kinjit or Apakwa Shleshma Mishra Annarasam. That is the picture. Madhura Rasa Bhuishta Shleshma Bhuishta Prithvi Jala Pradhana Apakwa or Kinjit Pakwa Amashegada Rasam, which is Amam. So Gurvadi Vruddha Samlina Shleshma Mishraha Annajaha Rasaha Ama Eva. So in the Sthula in the beginning, this sort of Gurvadi Vruddha Samlina Shleshma Mishraha Annajaha Rasaha is going to get circulated all through the Rasavaha Srotas. So the dhadus are going to get nourished with this sort of a rasa. It is slatha, that annarasa, which is becoming the rasadhadu in this person called X. The rasadhadu is slatha, lacking the desired status of compactness. He is lacking it. So when you are making a product with an improperly cooked or improperly matured, unripened raw material, obviously it will be reflecting in the product as well. When the rasadhadu is Shleshma Mishra, Sladha, Apakwa or Kinjit Pakwa, the dhadus coming or made out of that rasadhadu will also have the same fate. They will be Sladha dhadus. So that is explained. Ama eva Sladhi kurvan dhadun. Dhadun Sladhi kurvan Sthaulya Mupanayed. Sthaulya Mupanayed. So that is how the story begins. Right now we can remember what we learned about Ama. Ushmanolpa Balatvena Dhadumadhyam Abhajidam Dushtam Amashyagadam Rasam Amam Prachakshade. Ushmanolpa Balatvena Dhadumadhyam Abhajidam Dushtam Amashyagadam Rasam Amam Prachakshade. We all may recollect what is going to happen when this rasa is getting circulated all throughout. We may also recollect what is going to happen behind the manifestation called Urustambha or many other diseases in which Ama is involved. We may also recollect what is happening in Jara, where this Ama Yukta Rasadhadu is getting circulated along with the Ushma. Then the nature of ama: avipakvam, asamyuktam, durgandham, bahu, pichilam. Avipakvam, asamyuktam, sladham, asamyuk, sladham, durgandham, bahu, pichilam, sadanam, sarvagatranam, ama ityabhidhiyade. So that also may be connected to the present context. So in such a situation, the sthaulya start slowly creeping in. Then accordingly, adisthaulyaad adikshutrit prasvedashwasa nidrataah ayasakshamata jadyam alpayurbalavekadaah daurgandhyam gadgadatvam cha bhaved medodipuштитah. Adisthaulyaad, in adisthaulya, medasaha adipushti. This is what is going to happen. Somebody should ask why. That will be explained in the next lines by Ashtanga Sangraha. So, medavadi pushtitaha adisthaulyaad, a future list of features are happening. Charaka Samhita explains these items in 3 chapters, I think, that Ashtau Nindidiyam, Langhana Brahmaniyam, and Sandarpaniyam, in 3 chapters. Here, in 3 lines, adisthaulyaad adikshutrid prasveda shwasa nidrata. That adi is connected with all these things. Adi kshutrad, adi prasvedam, adi shwasam, adi nidrata. Then ayasakshamata, akshamata, cannot tolerate. What? Ayasam. Jadyam, jadata, jada samanada. Alpayuh, alpabalam, alpavegada, alpayurbalavegada. Then daurgandhyam, durgandham. Gadgadatvam is related to phonation. While speaking, the words get blocked or stuck in between. Then you have to clear the throat again and again. Then only the sound will come. Gadgadatvam cha bhaved medaha adipushtitaha, medodipushtitaha. So these features are very common these days. Not these days, all times. I think when you are going for Adi Brahmana, these things are happening. So a list of explanation. Then next, Srodassu medoruddheshu vayu koshthe visheshada charan prajwalayatyagnim. Slowly, what is going to happen is all the Srodasas are getting stuck with this Dushta Medas. So practically, the Agni, which is supposed to travel all around the system through the various Srodasas, it is not able to move out of its seat. So ultimately what is going to happen is there is no presence of Agni in the Shakha, but Agni get focused in the Koshta, in the Agni Sthana. So the outcome is Kshutrishau stastadodhigam. Tataha Kshutrishau adhigam staha. Kshut and Trit become very excessive. Kshut and Trit become very, very excessive. Kshutrishau stastadodhigam. And this situation is very specific to Sthaulya. When we are dealing with different types of obesity, all obesity need not be Sthaulya. All obesity need not be Sthaulya. These classical features, what we have listed so far, should be taken as a standard for diagnosing somebody as Sthula. In a Sthula, you have got a very bulky body, but the core, the costum, is becoming a different territory with the high performing Agni, whereas the Shakha has got all the Srodasas blocked with Shladhamedas, Shidhilamedas, and all the other features are there. So it is something like in a forest fire. Sometimes in a forest fire, the fire may get into the person, and it may start burning the core of the tree. But from seeing outside, the tree will be intact. Tree will be standing as it is expected to. But inside, a hollow will be made and fire will be progressing. Kodharam. Kodharam is a hollow within a space, within a stuff. So Vagbhada explains, Sthulam Kodharavad Vruddhau Dahadognyanilau Chatam. Tam Sthulam Vruddhau Agnyanilau. Vruddhau Agnyanilau Kodharavat Dahatah. Kodharavad. So that is the situation of a Sthula. He has a very obese body with a lot of medas, but in the core there will be excessive functioning of Agni and Anila. So that should be borne in mind. Then Swedavahi Siramula Bhavad Vishyandanad. Swedavahi Siramula Bhavad Vishyandanad Abhi Medasa Shleshma Yogacha. Medasa Shleshma Yogacha Bhavadi Swedavahi. Bhavadi Sweda Bhurida. So he will be having excessive Sweda because of the picture Chandana in the Sweda Mula. Vedas will be Ama. So he will be having this Sweda when it is associated that is happening with the Gandhi. So Veda, excessive Sweda, all these things will become the classical feature of Sthula. Classical feature of Sthula. I think we will be explaining a few more classical features of Sthula in the next class, because Sthulya is becoming a major
Prasad sir?
switch over to. Yes.
Yes, your voice was
Hello.
breaking.
Oh, okay. Okay. Actually, I will.
Prasad sir?
Concluding that as the time has become 8:25, we will be switching over to the. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, sir, your voice is breaking.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you are
Yeah,
audible
I think we will conclude today. We will conclude today and hello.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall we take the question answers, or
Okay.
shall we
Yes.
conclude?
Yes. 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 We will take the questions.
Yes.
At least a
Sir,
few of them.
yes, before continuing, will you just log out and log in again, as your voice is breaking, sir?
Fine,
I
fine.
think.
I will do that.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes,
can
sir.
you hear me?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you are audible.
Okay.
Yes. We'll take a few questions, sir.
Fine.
The first question is, in Santarpanotha Vyadis, where bala of patient is reduced, how are we supposed to do Langana, since bala pushti are resultant of Brahmana?
Yeah, that is a very important question, because see, the more and more you become sthula, you will becoming bulky in your body, whereas your bala will be coming down. So that is the complexity of Staulya. We are going to see it in the next few lines. That is Karsyameva Varam Staulyad Nahi Sthulasya Bheshajam. This contradiction, this paradox, make the situation of dealing with a sthula really difficult. So it is there, and it is properly strategized in the coming lessons how it is to be tackled. So obviously we will be discussing it in our next session.
Oh, okay, sir. The next question is, sir, how is it the Nidradikya is explained as Lakshana in Sthaulya here, whereas the previous reference we saw in Roganutpadaniya had Nidra Nash as a result of Ati Brahman?
Yeah, that is again very interesting, because see, ultimately all these things when go for excessive stages, that means in Roganulpadaniya all the srodhas are going to be fully laden with doshas, doshobalipta vadana. Here it is going to be medo upalipta vadana. So in both situations, Staulya will be associated with a spectrum of presentations. Sometimes it can be Adinidrada, sometimes it can be Nidra Nasha. These two things is something like swinging of a pendulum according to what other elements are associated. So sometimes even in Sthula, there may be, that is interesting, there may be presentations which show excessive Vada. That is what I told just before. That means Brahmanam Langhanam Valam Adimedo Agni Vadajit. At the same time, you have to deal with Atyagni, Adivada, and Adimeda. So, in the combination of these three, when the Medas is going to lead the show, you may go through Adinidrata. When Vayu is going to lead the show of Staulyam, you will be meeting with the Nidra Nasham. So it is possible. The picture of the clinical picture of Sthula is quite a paradoxical one. Lot of contradictory elements happen. So it is a very difficult situation to even to evaluate, and many times clinically I can say you, see somebody who has gone through some sort of a adhyasana type of thing and ending up in Adhisthaulia. Somebody who is lacking exercise and ending up in Sthaulya. Somebody, sometimes there may be Sthula type of presentation, but the picture need not be neither Adi Avyayama nor Adhyasana. It may be a hormonal imbalance. We have seen like thyroid dysfunction and related obesity. But interestingly, there the Agni factor will be minimal. In that Adimedo, Agni, Vayu, Agni will be minimal, whereas Medas will be predominating. So in such case, as the Agni and Vayu is very minimal, you cannot expect the Adhisveda. We saw that Adhisveda is a feature of Sthula. But in a Sthula manifested because of hyperthyroidism type of thing, you will find lack of Sveda. Because in these three, Agni is minimal. But in some time, this Agni can be very excessive, Vayu can be minimal, and Meda may be very excessive. That leads directly to Prameha, where all the Prameha Purva Rupas, including this Adhisveda and Daurgandhya, all these things can be seen listed. So there should be a proper evaluation of these three factors: Medas, Agni, and Vayu. Accordingly, you have to come to a conclusion. In general, all these three are culprits, but this need not be the case with each and every case. There will be a Amsha Bala Vikalpa. Accordingly, you have to. In the same person, don't expect Nidra, Nasham, and Adinidra. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. The next question, how to differentiate between Brahman and Santarpan?
No, Brahman and Santarpan, in general, they are synonymous. But see, just because of the Sa, which you have put in front of prefix of Tarpan, you may take it as a Samyak Tarpan. So it will have a positive tinge of meaning or a positive shade of meaning. That's all. Otherwise, they are synonyms. But the problem is that in some areas, the words will be used in a positive sense, where you are not supposed to take it as a Adi Brahmana or Adi Tarpana. But in sometimes that will not be used. Still, you have to understand that it is Adi Brahmana or Adi Tarpana. All these are contextual. Basically, there is no difference between the words Brahmana and Tarpana or Santarpana.
Okay, sir. The last question. In Ati Brahman, Dusswapna, please explain.
Dusswapna is again a Vishama Swapna, may be taken as the meaning. That's all. Dusswapna or Nidra Nasha. Just go through what are the qualities or how it is explained in the context of explaining the Nidra. I think it will be crystal clear. I think if it is not clear, we will discuss. Dusswapnam has got no any extra meaning. It is not like bad dreams or that sense. It is not related to dreams alone. It is related with Dushta Nidra. That's all. Dusswapna means Dushta Nidra.